That's
right?
what these guys who do like streaming and gaming. This is what they use, OBS.
Yeah, OBS or Streamlabs.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, guys. Another day, another chance, and I was doing a pure programming video. Sound by name Jane. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to like chapter 2, right, of JavaScript for Kids.pdf. So I'm just gonna make my way to Chrome, and then yeah, make my way to Chrome. Right. Okay, data types and variables. So chapter 2, data types and variables.
I
Right. Okay. Right. So programming is all about manipulating data. But what is data? Data is information that we store in our computer programs. For example, your name is a piece of data. Shows your age, the color of your hair, how many siblings you have, where you live, whether you're male or female. These things are all data. In JavaScript, there are three basic types of data. So you've got numbers, strings, and booleans. Numbers are used for representing, well, you've guessed it, numbers. So for example, your age can be represented as a number, so you can get your height. So a number in JavaScript looks like this. So this is actually a number. It's probably straightforward. So that's a number that we use, right, in order for us to get our values, right? So that's a number. Strings are used to represent text. Your name can be represented as a string in JavaScript, as can your email address. Strings will look like this. Hi, I'm a string. Okay, that was straightforward. In Booleans are values that can be true or false. For example, a Boolean value is all about whether you are wearing clothes or not. Another could be whether you like broccoli or not. So Boolean looks like this, so it's true. Right, so it pretty much represents a true or false value. There are different ways to work with each data type. For example, you can multiply numbers, divide numbers, add numbers, and subtract numbers. So you got numbers and operators. So your numbers, for numbers, you got an operator. So for an operator, it's pretty much the stuff that you use to get your values. For example, the operators for like numbers can be addition, division, subtraction, and multiplication. So that's going to be operators. So to show you that, let me go to my address bar, blank, enter. Okay, I'm just loading, loading. Yeah, okay, it's loading. Right, okay. Yeah, about blank, inspect, come on now. So, okay, so once that loading, okay. So you can see the JavaScript console, just like a calculator. We've already seen one example adding 3 plus 4, right? So yeah, so on your JavaScript console that we're gonna work on, so you got your console here, so your elements pretty much is for like your web page, right, on your web browser. Then you've got your console, right, your console here. Then yeah, that's what you've got here, your console. So on your console, you can pretty much type in any value that you've got there. So for your numbers, booleans, and strings, you can pretty much add in anything on your console and you return a value. So let's say, for example, you want to do 3 times 4. On your console, you do that. So this is an example of a number. 3 times 4 is going to return 12. Jane, I hope you can see this.
I can.
Okay, so 3 times 4, then 4 plus 12, it's 16, right? And then you can do 7 plus 9, no, 7 subtracted by 9, that's going to give you 2, right? And then you're going to do 20 divided by 5, then it gives you 4, right? So you pretty much got those, right? So those are like your operators. So your times or your multiplication, the one that you've got there, addition, subtraction, division, those are examples of operators. Those are operators. So those things are operators that you use for your numbers. So that's an example of a number. And then for like a true and then for like a Boolean, true or false, you're going to get an example of a value and then it's going to test whether that value is true or false. So you in that you got different types of like operators. So you got 2 divisions. That's pretty much making sure that's making sure that something is equal to another value, but it won't be as strict, but it'll still make sure that value is equal to another value. Then a triple times an equal sign, that'll make sure that value is actually equal to another value, but it has to be precise. So let's say 25, right, equals to 25. It's going to return a true because 25 is equal to 25, but it won't be as straight. 25 equals 25, yeah. So 25 equals 25, that will be returned as true, right? Okay. But if we had to do 25 equals to 36, then it would be returned as false. That will be returned as false, right? Okay. 25, 36. Okay, right. So that's an example of a Boolean, then that 25. And then onto a string. So string is a sentence that's a string is a sentence within inverted commas that's gonna be printed out onto a terminal, onto a console. It's pretty much a string of words that gonna utilize as a string. So you got your variable like my name, my name, my name, then equals variable my surname. No, I'm not. But I've gone out for lunch and right variable equals. Okay, so this is an example of strings. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the strings and make sure that they'll come together. So variable.
Gabriel, can I ask you something?
What's the question, Jane?
It's just the way it appears on the screen.
Yeah.
With the numbers, it was fine. I could see that. But once you started typing the strings, it's too far to the right. I'm just worried that your work is not showing fully.
Okay.
I don't know why. We can see. No. Maybe you can reduce your page. Like press Control minus and reduce the page.
Can you see it now?
It moved a little. I think maybe do it again.
Can you see the sentencing?
It gets cut off as you go along, but I can see most of it. So let me not. Yeah, that's better.
Okay, but you can see the sentencing of what I'm doing.
Yes, it's better than before.
Okay, right. Okay, so you can do my sentence, my description, right? My description, and then yeah. Right, my description, and then yeah. So that's an example of a string. So that's an example of a string there, right? This is an example, right, of a Boolean. This is an example of a Boolean. So these are strings. I mean, these are numbers along with the operators. These are strings, and these are Booleans. So that's that. So that's those examples that I want to show you. So obviously, if you got, hopefully you have the PDF, right? So in that PDF, that PDF, it describes everything that you need to know. It just describes, it goes into detail, into strings, booleans, and numbers. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it actually. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay. Uh, Thank you very much for actually putting up the amount of time to actually watch the video. And I hope you learned something today. Until next time, take care. God bless. Thank you. And Jane, I hope you learned a lot. Hope you learned something. Yeah.
I have actually, because the way you were coding for the booleans directly on the console with the numbers, just pure numbers, that was a learning point for me. So thank you for that.
You're welcome, Jane. Thank you.
Thanks. Take care.
Cut. Wait, is this thing still on? Okay, this thing's still on. I'm cutting it now.